Winning over the difficult ones. Gee, are there some difficult folks in our business, especially out in the field? How do you handle them, right? Look, not everyone's going to be easy in our world, right? There are personalities, right, on the other side. And at times, someone can be so challenging because they want you to know, Richard, this is my community and I'm the boss. Do you hear me? I'm the boss. You're nothing. And I've run into enough supers and project managers in my career that come off like that. You know what I used to say my favorite revenge was? Cashing their checks. That's how I got back at every one of those SOBs. I cashed their checks. Strong personalities will exist. And when stuff goes sideways, that personality gets amplified, right? It can be even worse. But when you just say, you know what, that's all noise, I perform and I'm just going to keep performing. It's a matter of time before you win them over. Difficulty is just part of the job. It just happens dealing with people. But being consistent at what gets you through. Being professional disarms people. So if they call you screaming and yelling and they're all, just stay calm. Don't rise to their level of hysteria. You're just going to pour gas on the fire, right? Stay calm, stay factual, right? What's the issue, right? This is important. I want you to give off from your pores accountability. Remember what I said earlier? Don't do this. Even if it's not your fault, well, the shell guy screwed up. No, just how can I help? What do you want me to do? How can we make this right? They will so appreciate your demeanor just saying, what do I need to do to fix this, rather than challenging. Don't challenge. I'll tell you another thing to be very careful of. Don't nickel and dime. Don't nickel and dime. Too many good subs make this terrible mistake. Pardon me. Nickel and diming is poisonous in our industry. I mentioned to you earlier how a lot of unscrupulous subs will go in superficially low, right? And then claw back margin by papering the job site, right? With every little back charge. Don't do it. Forget about being right. Too many business owners will say, well, I have a right to charge. Here's a great example. Alan's told to go out and install windows, install this lot on Thursday, and he shows up and the framer made a mistake on one of the openings. It's actually at a square. And he can't install that window. And he has to send his guy back in 2 days to reinstall the opening, right? He's got to pull the window out. He couldn't put it in, right? So now he's got to wait for the framer. When Alan sends his crew back to put in that window, does he have a right to charge for that extra trip? Does he? Does he have a right to charge for that? 100%. Absolutely he does. But here's the question. Do you think it's smart? Is it a long-term play? It isn't. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. The $200 you might make on that trip charge or a small minor EWO, do you know how many times a super called me and said, Don, I need you to pull out this window. I already installed it. Well, the shell guy put the opening in the wrong place. It's 2 feet where it's supposed to be. We just found out. So I need you to pull the window out. I'm going to have the shell guy block it up and put a new opening in and you reinstall it. Do I have a right to charge them? Of course I do. I never did. Ever. Unless it was part of something bigger. Do you know how many times in the shutter business I would install our hurricane shutters in a sliding glass door? And then the flatwork guy poured too high, covered my hardware, and I had to reinstall? Happened all the time. And I had a right to charge them, but I never did. I saw the bigger picture. I had a long-term play mentality. So when the next job site was getting bid out and somebody says to me, I'm a few points high, I go, wait a second, Sue. You go take a look. I did this, you asked Jerry, and I never charged you for it. It matters. And it swung a lot of new decisions in my favor. My point is, look, if it's something major or really costly to you, I get it, of course, right? If it's going to cost you $1,800 out of pocket to buy a new something that somebody else broke, I get it. And by the way, when you do favors like that for job site supers, the courtesies usually get returned. If I ever got back charged, it was like, wow, would I go bananas with the super. Are you kidding me, Steve? After all the favors I've done for you, you're right, Don, okay. So I hardly ever got back charged. So that was kind of the play, because supers don't want to spend their time just doing EWOs and change orders and paperwork. They hate it. Again, you want to create less work, not more work for the supers. The psychology is, which is more important to you? $200 or making a friend out of that nasty super that's been battling you for a year? Which is more valuable to your business? Does that make sense?